Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sana, Mrs. Perfectly Imperfect Keto, where being perfect is overrated and being imperfect is appreciated. Today is Tuesday, March 14th, and it's almost like I'm having a routine without making it a routine. As you can tell, I do not have any footage of my lunch. I was not hungry today. I just really only had thirst. And I did have someone ask me. So on my previous video, I mentioned that I was simply just following my hunger cue at this point, and I did not have a hunger cue, and I only had the urge for quenching my thirst. Definitely do the test of drink something first. If you are simply feeling like you are having a hunger cue, but you have not got to the point, just like what I went through and just like a lot of us go through, we need to be able to distinguish what is a hunger cue and what is just our bodies telling us that we just have a quench for thirst. Drink something first. Most definitely, if you drink a glass of water and still yet any time between like 45 minutes, an hour later, if you still have that feeling, then yes, you might be hungry. But if you drink something and it makes that feeling go away, chances are your body was just signaling to you that it was getting to the point of dehydration and it was simply just needing some water. So that is basically what I've been following. It is definitely something that I also hear Dr. Barry also mention, so you could definitely check out his videos as well. But that is what I've been doing so far, and I just been naturally, because as I mentioned before, I had a very unhealthy way of using intermittent fasting. So now I am allowing my body to naturally do it. I'm not forcing myself to stick to a particular intermittent fasting schedule. I'm not forcing myself to do 1 meal a day, to do OMAD. I am just naturally leading into it. If I did have a true hunger cue earlier today, I would have ate. Trust me, I would have ate. But if I was not truly hungry, there is no sense in me forcing my body, because that right there is causing another unhealthy strategy and possibly, forcing myself to eat. That's borderline eating disorder as well. So I am simply just doing everything the natural route. I'm just simply tuning in with being able to listen to my body. So because I mentioned to you all, I did not have any footage for lunch. So we are going to go in with getting together our dinner, our 1 meal a day. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all what I'm preparing for dinner. All right, friends. So this is what I'm doing for dinner. I'm going to try not to move my hand too much with the rustling of the glove. But this is simply just a beef loin flat meat. So I was able to get it, as you can see there, it is 2.67 pounds, and it was on a sale from $12.99 per pound to $8.49 a pound. So we were able to save $12.01, making it $22.67. So this is something that my family as well as myself are going to eat. So $22 and change for dinner for the whole family for 1 meal. Have I had meals that were cheaper than that? Absolutely. To spend a little bit more like this, it's absolutely worth it when it comes to these different cuts of meat. So I consider this a great bang for the buck still yet, because if me in the house was going to go out for any type of meat like this to be able to eat out anywhere, we're definitely not going to get that much poundage. all of our dinners combined. So for 22 bucks, it's definitely not going to amount to that at any restaurant or anywhere fast food. So I'm going to go ahead and get these cooked up. It's going to make a lot of noise, so I'm going to try to record some footage for a little bit, and hopefully we can do well in terms of the noise. All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I have a very hot skillet here that is waiting on me. I'm going to go ahead and get these seared up, and I'm going to go in with some butter. As you can see here, I have my salt and my garlic powder. That is all I seasoned these with, was just salt and garlic powder. I did not have any hindrance reintroducing garlic powder, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to utilize it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get these in the pan. And ideally, if you have a grill, absolutely, you would definitely benefit by using a grill. I had a grill. My grill actually ended up breaking on me, so I do not have the advantage of using a grill. I actually had that grill for, I want to say, it was almost about to be 13 years coming up this summer. Would have made 13 years that we've had it, and it simply just gave out on me. So it was a propane grill. I did not want to simply mess with it and, you know, try to fix it myself. So it was a matter of, it was just like a lost cause for us. So I'm still looking. I do have a Blackstone that we purchased 2 years ago. We still have not used it as of yet. Possibly when there is consistent, really good weather, we might go ahead and season it and I can start to use that. But for the time being, I'm just going to do what I'm doing indoors. This might not be ideal for someone else, but for me, I'm okay with rocking it perfectly imperfect and just working with what I have. Because for me, I'm still going to cook it properly. I'm still going to cook it deliciously, and I don't have any issues with just using a non-stick pan on the stovetop and working with what I got. So I'm going to go ahead and allow some color to get on this side, and I will show you all what it looks like once I flip this over. So I'll see you all in a few. All right, friends, so we are ready for a flip over. I went ahead and I checked. And I actually added my third piece in there. There was actually 3 pieces of loin that was in that package from the store. So I'm going to go ahead and get these flipped over. And as you can see, they have a really nice color on that other side. This one might need a little bit more time since I put it in last. Yes, let me give this one a little bit more time. But those other 2 are doing really, really well. Once I get this third one flipped over, I'm going to go ahead and add some butter to my pan. That way we can get some nice flavoring on this salted garlic meat. And what better combination than salt, garlic, and some butter. I think they definitely make the best flavoring and the best season options. All right, let's take a look. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give it a flip over. And I'm going to go ahead and go in with my butter. So I have just cut up here just half a stick of butter. Just going to go ahead and get it tossed in. And just allow the butter to melt in there. And then once it melts, we can definitely go in with some coating of the butter. But when it comes to different cuts of meat, don't be afraid of how you're going to cook them, or don't be nervous of messing up, because you have to just really make it your own cooking style. The way that I'm cooking these, I can definitely tell you there might be a million people that have an opinion and find fault in the way that I'm doing this. Honestly, it does not bother me. It does not faze me because still yet I am cooking these to the doneness and also to my specific preference. When I'm cooking this, I am not forcing anyone to eat it. I'm basically cooking it to my own liking. So do not be afraid. Get creative. If you basically get any particular cut of meat and if you make any mistake, guess what? It is not a lost cause because you basically simply learned something from what you did. And maybe you have some useful information for the future time that you're going to cook that particular cut of meat. So don't ever feel discouraged if when you're cooking any sort of meat, if it does not come out perfect, because I can definitely tell you, I also experienced a lot of trial and error, especially when it comes to my air fryer. When I purchased my air fryer over 4 years ago, I had no clue at all what I was doing with an air fryer. And I simply just had to do some trial and error. I also did some Googling. I found some Ninja Foodie Facebook groups to utilize. So definitely use those things to your advantage. Even when it comes to keto, ketovore, carnivore, there are so many recipes out there where you are still able to stick to whatever clean type of cooking or clean recipes. All right, friends, so I did have a file issue with my phone, so I kind of realized the footage cut off, but I realized too late. So what I was telling you all, that you can definitely find so many different recipes, Google, Facebook, that would have clean ingredients, clean recipes to follow your way of eating. So I took out and I tried recording, but I did not realize that it was not capturing. But I already took out the loin meats. They definitely have a beautiful sear on both sides. What I have here is the juices, and you all know I absolutely love the juice of the meat. I'm simply just going to add that last half a stick of butter, and we are going to go ahead and make ourselves a natural dipping sauce. So I'm going to go ahead. I have definitely enough heat in this pan. I had my temperature set to a medium, and I'm just going to allow this butter to melt. We have these beautiful loin meats here, and for 22 bucks, this absolutely looks amazing. I am so anxious. I might even cut off a little piece to kind of just sample it, but it looks absolutely amazing. And as you can see, it is certainly still juicy. So I will update you all once I have my food plated up. All right, I am coming at you with some bonus footage. I cut into this meat once I allowed it to rest for about 10 to 15 minutes. And as you can see, this is just so amazingly juicy, and it has just a perfect, I would consider that like about a medium well. But when I tell you, do not have your skillet cooking be underrated. Even if you do not have a cast iron, you can still get the job done, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. And oh my gosh, it is so juicy, so tender, so soft. Wow, this came out amazing. So definitely do not be afraid, my friends, of that skillet cooking. You don't have to worry about not having a smoker, a grill, cast iron. You can still get it done. All right, friends, so I do have my dinner plated up here. This is according to cook weight, so it's 7.2 ounces of cook weight for that piece of loin meat. And I simply just have 2 air fried burger patties. I did show you all how I do those in a past video. Simply 400 degrees Fahrenheit on a wired rack in the air fryer. At 12 minutes, no flipping, gives me those juicy burgers with the edges still crispy. And I simply just have those buttery meat juices to use as my dipping sauce. So I'm going to see if this is what it takes to get me comfortably stuffed for this 1 meal a day dinner. If not, I definitely have a lot of loin meat left over even after portioning out for my family's dinner. So that is what I'll simply do. I'll just go in with more of that loin meat if need be and not stress or not do any worrying at all. So I'm going to go ahead and eat while this is still hot. I want to thank you all for joining me on this Tuesday, and I will catch you all tomorrow for the midweek hump day. I appreciate you, friends. Take care now.